Welcome to the Money Down, the Believe Network, presented by FanDuel. Back again with another episode, man. It's a wrap for the NFL season. Kind of flew by, man. Seahawks took home the Super Bowl, man. Took down the Patriots pretty convincingly. Wasn't too much of a battle. I mean, Patriots defense showed up for the most part of the game, and only so long you can get some stops with your offense out there doing pretty much nothing. So you got to give a ton of credit to Mike McDonald, that Seahawks organization. They turned that thing around. They were a pretty good team last year. They didn't expect this team to be in the Super Bowl this year, but they showed up. They showed out. Defense dominated all year. Sam Darnold did his thing. Kenneth Walker did his thing. Obviously JSN and company, but I mean they pretty much dominated for the most part of the year. And like I said, they dominated the Super Bowl. Like I literally thought the Patriots had a good chance to win this game, and from the first few series in the game, you could tell it's going to be a long game for the Patriots in the offense. They never really got it going. Drake May never got comfortable. Offensive line never got comfortable. And that's what the Seattle defense does. That's why they're good. They throw a bunch of different pressures at you, throw a bunch of different coverages at you, and they play to their strengths. And like I said, they held their own. They did what they did, pretty much the entire year and throughout the playoffs. They handled their business. I don't know what y'all took away from the Super Bowl between the Pats and the Seahawks.
Yeah, I just think a mixture of things, bro. I mean, like you said, it took the Patriots offense a while, if it ever did get going in that game, to just, try to figure out what Seattle was doing. And, you got to give your hats off to, that defensive staff and that whole team over there, because y'all know how hard it is to stop the run in too high. And Seattle did that from cover 2, cover 4, like ultimately just running a whole bunch of zone and just being able to just suffocate that Patriots offense. I kind of figured at some point in the game, Josh McDaniels was able to, be able to make an adjustment. And it just seems like everything that he did try to do to adjust, it just seemed like, the Seahawks defense had a counterattack or a switch up to kind of keep them on their toes. So dominated the whole part of the season. And hats off to them. They deserve to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Sean, definitely agree with that. I mean, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, I think Seattle really took advantage of Drake May's, I don't want to say immaturity. Obviously, he had a really good season, right? He played some really good football this year, but, I think it matters, and it plays a part when you haven't been in the playoffs or you haven't played in the Super Bowl. Like he had a okay playoff. We didn't see the Drake May from the regular season in the playoffs like we did in the regular season. So I think Seattle on the defensive side took advantage of that. I mean, you saw a couple of drives there where Seattle lined up in the same look multiple times, but then you drop back into 2 different coverages, right?
Yeah.
Just giving them different looks, and I think Seattle did a great job of that. Like you said, Seattle's defense has been dominant all year, except for one team. But, I mean, they've been dominant all year, and I had to throw that in there, bro. I hate Seattle, fam. I hate it, Ronnie. Ronnie like talking about them like this. Ronnie like talking about them like this. But for real, I mean, defense showed up, played well. I too thought, New England could match up and expected to see a little bit of a better game, but Seattle came prepared.
Yeah, and for me too, it was just hard for me to watch the offense perform like that because obviously I played within that offensive system, and there's answers to whatever Seattle was doing against them as far as those blitz packages, and the quarterback, the center, they got to do a good job of using their tools, using the cadence, shifts, motions, and figuring out what potentially may be coming. And if you accidentally send the slide the wrong way or you are wrong, you have to understand that they got you, better get rid of the ball and live to fight another play. And it just seemed like the Patriots never really could get a beat on anything. They just almost were playing blind. And time after time again, they're only rushing 6. I mean, there's six people in protection. The slide's going the wrong way. So, I mean, like I said, whether that's on, Mike McDonald, them dialing up, a great game plan, or whether it was the Patriots just lacking communication and not executing. I said you never really know because I said we don't know the play call and everything like that. But I saw RG3 because he played against, he's on the same team as Mike McDonald when he was the DC with the Ravens. He was saying the players in that defense have the ability he can call a blitz and they get to call which side is coming from out on the field. So if they get a beat on a little bit of your protection calls, if that's the case, then that's a pretty good defensive scheme. If that's true, like I said, I don't know how true that is. 'Cause that's hard to execute. You got to have some smart football players that are on the same page. So if that's built in, that's. I never. I mean, maybe it's a thing. I don't know, but
I could see that. I could see that, being true because it's so crazy. During the game, Mel called me, and Mel was talking about the head coach, and he was saying that he was out there with him in Baltimore. I guess he was the DC that year. He was in Baltimore, and he said it. He was like, man. It wasn't until he got there till he understood that there is some defensive coordinators out there or defensive minded coaches that really just know how to dial that stuff up. So I mean, I think Drake May being so young in that game, you have to see some of this stuff, right? And he didn't play his best obviously against Denver, but I thought Denver's defense could kind of be somewhat on the same tier as what Seattle's defense was. And I just think it was just too much for him. I mean, these past 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever the case, the last two teams he saw being probably the best two defenses in the league. And he didn't really have a good outing. But I think it's just one of those learning moments for him, man. And next time, we talked about it in the group chat, right? You can't get to the Super Bowl and have those bad games because, Cam, right? MVP season, never got back. Right, it's so many examples of quarterbacks that's got to that game and not gotten back that you kind of want to put your best out and out there. But I mean, it's a long off season. He got a time to learn from it, and hopefully next year y'all can run it back and re-roll the dice.
Yeah, it's just so difficult, man. Because like you said, there's no guarantees when it comes to this for any team. Just because you made it this year, no guarantee you even make the playoffs next year. I mean, look, just the previous year we were 4-13. Now we in the Super Bowl. There's no guarantees when it comes to this NFL stuff. I said it's unfortunate. Obviously, a lot of young talent on this football team. Some of those guys didn't perform at their best. But like I said, it's a learning experience. They got that, get it out of the way. You got this whole entire offseason to watch that tape, watch the entire year. Look, because it's out there. You know what I mean? Teams going to circle that game right there and figure out what blitz packages and the different looks that Seattle did and like how they attacked our protections and things of that nature. And they're going to try to attack the Patriots the same way next season. But I kind of said it, man. Whatever team controlled that line of scrimmage and ran that ball was going to win. And Seattle
was running the ball though at first.
Like just only that first series. You know what I mean? After that, it wasn't really nothing. Seattle was just first play of the game right around the corner, outside zone. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a long game. We giving up runs like that, and sure enough, I mean, they just kept handling. Cause Sam, I mean, we were getting to Sam, just we were able to get him on the ground, and then hey, whatever, he can just get the ball away. They punt instead of it being a 5-yard loss or 6-yard loss. He was doing a good job of getting out of those sacks. That makes a difference. Drake is able to do that. He wasn't able to do that this game. So they control that line.
He missed some throws though. You know what I'm saying? So he missed some throws. He missed a throw to Hunter. He missed one to Mac. He missed a couple throws. So that's in itself. But I mean, them boys. Look at their DBs and look at how when their DBs blitzing. You see what they did? They going for that quarterback arm.
Yeah.
They trained to do that. On the show today, Manti was saying on Good Morning Football, he was saying that most defenses, y'all could probably attest to this, the defensive guys, right? Most defenses don't teach their DBs to come swipe the arm of the quarterback. You just teach them to go get the quarterback, bro. I'm asking you to go get the sack, bro. He said they must be teaching that. He said that's something that they must be teaching in practice is they're telling their DBs like, bro, when you get there, bro, hey, try to don't just try to get the sack. Get at that arm and see if you can cause a fumble or because they was I mean, bro, they knew what they was doing. That just wasn't no luck of the draw type deal. They knew what they was doing. They was going for that ball.
Yeah,
they sent multiple they sent multiple nickel corner blitzes. Like it just wasn't one or two. And then also too when they get there, they coming so violent. Like you said, they come in there with intentions of I'm about to make a turnover or a game changing play. And shout out to Witherspoon, like he had one of those games, and he been playing like that since he got to Seattle. But Super Bowl lights, bright lights and everything. He went out there and turned up. So
And
Yeah, and boy, them boys be jumping at any opportunity to go against the offensive lineman, boy, because they so slow. Y'all gonna beat them every time in space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you see how them boys were doing? Boy, them boys,
Is that's how
them boys getting busy, boy. Hey, them boys hooping, but they was dancing. No, you good?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and to that point, I mean, how often do you see, defenses, sending nickels and corners like that? A lot of teams ain't used to that. Like, I don't like talking bad about my team, but they had staff dancing around in the pocket like the week before, right? They sent 2 or 3, right? And so being able to do that, the next week and being able to do that back to back, teams not being able to counter it or, identify it, they figure something out. And so, I mean, to be able to capitalize on that and to be able to do it multiple times and have success on it, like that's something not a lot of teams do. And maybe they do, right? But you just don't get home all the time, or, quarterbacks are maybe used to seeing it from certain defenses. But for that one in general, like Seattle gamed that up.
Yeah, I also think like the inexperience showed as well, bro. And I think, James and LG, y'all boys can attest to this better than anybody, right? When you get to the Super Bowl, obviously the nerves, I'm sure all that stuff is going, and you got guys like Drake May and, Will Campbell on the outside. Like this, they being so young and this being really the biggest game they ever played in their life. I think when you go down, right, or you start to see like, man, the stuff that we've been working for the past 2 weeks ain't working, I think like you start to get that feeling of, all right, you looking at that clock like, damn, we in the third quarter already. Like, it just, that time is not on your side. And I think it just showed a lot with Drake May, right? Like some of them times he just looked stationary back there. Like it was 1 sack, they rushed 4 and he ain't move at all. Like the 4-man pressure just got there and he just like, it's like he looked like a deer in headlights. And we know Drake to be able to tuck the ball and run, which he did a lot against Denver, 2 weeks before that. And he did do that at some plays in his game, but I think the moment could have been too big for Drake, man. Again, young quarterback, promising future. Well, you got to learn from this tape, man. Got to learn from it.
No, for sure. And speaking of that, man, we're going to go to the Money Down Play of the Week. We just finished talking about Devon Witherspoon and his strip sack that he had. We're going to go. He forgot he was on mute.
No, I was trying to put the headphones on. Okay. Now, do I sound straight or should I put them on?
You good.
You good. All right, bet.
You go to that Money Down Play of the Week. Go to the fourth quarter, 22-7. Seattle Seahawks, about 4.5 minutes left in the game. Patriots still have somewhat of opportunity to make this a game, and once again, they send that nickel pressure. Devon Witherspoon, as you guys said, look, he said in his interview post game that they got, pretty much a tip on our tackles that, hey, sometimes they're going to overset. You get up and under them. Look, they got home plenty of times in this case. Absolutely nobody tries to block them on this one, in which, like, the LG knows in Josh's system, this blitz can very easily be picked up. It slides going the wrong way. Ramondre's picking up a backer. Nobody comes and gets the nickel back, and boom. So good timing. Good timing for them. They disguised it very well, hit home, and seals the game right here. And this pretty much was the story of the game. So it's kind of perfect ending for Seattle.
Look at 76, dog.
He trying.
You like to see it. But to LG point, like that's a picture perfect strip sack right there, right? Yeah. LG was talking about how teams usually don't teach their DBs, to attack the arm, right? You secure the tackle with one arm, and then you attack it with the other one, and that's picture perfect.
No, man,
that's great execution, bro. Yeah, because Ramondre got to pick somebody, right? You think he coming, but it's really the nickel.
That's like a hug rush. That's like a hug rush. Like, hey, if the back stay in, like. Act like you blitzing, but if he finna go out, boy, you got to be ready.
Yeah.
You just know. You run up to the line, they gonna run up to the line like this. Run up to the line real quick. Like, oh, hold on.
I know.
That's all it needs. You can take that 1 split second. That's it. Boom. That's the one-on-one with the DB and the guard.
Yeah, and it's tough, man. They dial all this stuff up at the perfect time. So, look, they was confident in their game plan, had 2 weeks to prepare. They played well defensively the previous week, and they did it once again. And like I said, this Seattle team is going to be dangerous for years to come. They got a lot of young talent.
Young.
A lot of those guys will be returning, and clearly that's going to be a free agency destination that a lot of people going to want to get to because it seems like they got.
Sam Darnold going to get paid too.
Oh yeah. He gonna get.
He'll be middle of the pack next year.
Nah, he gonna be up there.
Yeah,
they talking about it getting a 4-year $260. But that's crazy.
Oh yeah, he deserve it. He deserve it for sure. He do.
That's crazy.
And when you watch the game, I mean, just the difference in how Drake played and how Sam played. Sam just played within himself, didn't force the issue, whatsoever. Look, just take the check down all game long. We gonna run this ball. And like I said, I'm gonna let my run game handle it. I ain't gonna force the issue. And our run game got eliminated. Drake was, got uncomfortable, just wasn't consistently taking those checkdowns. Because there was at times where he could have just got rid of the ball, took those checkdowns, took that 4 and 5 yard gains and led to find another play. And, as Soj said, as time started ticking, you see us, it's the fourth quarter. We down by such and such. I only may have so many opportunities to get his ball once again. And look, before the interception even happened that he threw it in the triple coverage. And then a few plays later, that's when the pick happens. And so it's just he never really got comfortable in the game. And like I said, man, this kid has a bright future. So I'm not even going to him, Will Campbell, all those dudes, young dudes, they got that experience under their belt. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean nothing going next year if you don't, improve upon stuff you put on tape. But I know he's a kid. He works hard. He's got the right mindset. He's got the right coaching staff around him, coaches that have been there, done that. So like I said they got to come back remote because it's not going to be easier. Like nobody expects you to be here this year. So, really next year you're going to get everybody best shot even more. You're going to be playing whatever some quote-unquote better teams. Yeah. Play some quote-unquote better teams depending on how those teams show up next year. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, what this team does going forward. I got to ask y'all, too, because I've been, some people were saying during the game wasn't quote-unquote entertaining. What was y'all thoughts on this Super Bowl game? Because, people want to see the 40 to 25 or 40 to 38. What was y'all thoughts on, the scoring and lack thereof scoring, I should say?
It was entertaining to me.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
For sure.
Bro, that was a rare defensive performance. You don't see that you know what I'm saying? You just don't see that all. You did see it last year with Philly. Philly had a dominant performance in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. I mean, the score was way more lopsided, but Philly dominated the Chiefs last year. They did the same thing. They had a pick six. They had three turnovers, but they made Pat Mahomes look just like what Drake looked like on Sunday. So I mean, it's bro, to me, I'm an offensive guy, but I do like this. I do like to see like stops. I want to see because it's hard to stop offenses in the NFL, bro. They're so creative nowadays. All the coaches getting younger and more innovative, but all the older coaches are starting to slowly wing their way up out of the league. So you bring these young creative minds into the league. It started to look a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I like to see it, bro. It's hard to play defense, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. As the offensive player, bro, I know it's tough, bro. It's like I'm hard to guard in open space if I'm getting a free release in a 1-on-1. Even I don't care who the coldest linebacker in the league is, bro. It's still gonna be kind of tough to guard me, bro, because you still don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So for defenses, bro, I like to see them kind of performances. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and flags fly a little more free this year. These days. Refs they quick with the trigger on them flags.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
This weekend, about four piece, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I agree. I do think it was entertaining. I think sometimes us as players, no offense to those that don't know the game as well, but we like to see scheme versus scheme. And sometimes, there are games where you have a lull where a scheme ain't working as well as, they might have game planned all week and you expected to see something in particular. So it has moments like that. But again, like LG said, that was a rare defensive performance. People want to compare this defense to the Legion of Boom, that Seattle had not too long ago, right? Like the defense put up great numbers this year, and it showed in the Super Bowl, right? So one of those things that you enjoy seeing is now we're going to see the transition of Drake May and this young Patriots team. Is like, what are they going to develop into now? You've had a taste of the Super Bowl, you've had a taste of the playoffs, you know what it takes to get there, you know what it takes to win, right? So now what are you going to be? So definitely think it was an entertaining game. Doesn't need to be 100 to 98, on the scoreboard or nothing like that. I know that's what people like to see. They like to see the deep touchdown passes and the long runs and amazing catches and all this stuff. But sometimes the scheme is what makes the game the most entertaining. Being able to see things you haven't seen all year from the Seattle defense, sending different pressures and whatnot, and New England doing things that you're not used to seeing because now they're, opening up the playbook a little bit more for the Super Bowl, and their defense playing well, right? Gonzo made some great plays on the back end. That's the stuff you love against, one of the best receivers in the league
the
this
best
year, right?
receiver in the league this year.
One of the best receivers in the league this year.
this year.
Come
The
on.
best.
Bro, he had 17, almost 1,800.
That's
Bro, you
what
gotta respect it, bro.
I respect it. That's why I said one of the best. Top two.
Top two.
That's crazy. I'm a pass on the Puka slander, but
Nobody, look at this man. Nobody out here, y'all.
But again, we saw what JSN was this year. Unguardable, bro. Unguardable.
Yeah.
And for Christian Gonzalez, a guy that we know as a lockdown corner, to be able to do that job, knowing it was going to be a great matchup. Some of the plays he made, especially that one going into the end zone, and he almost had a pick. Should have had a pick. But just like the extra effort, leaving his feet, cutting off the receiver, it's just things like that you love to see. So I thought it was very entertaining. Thought both sides had great plays. Obviously, Patriots came up a little bit short, and hopefully they correct it going into next season.
Damn, even the post route that he broke up, right?
Oh,
so we had I know fans want to see the high scoring games and the shots down the field. I mean, they were in the game. Both defenses made the plays that they were supposed to make, and that's what you get when you get to the Super Bowl. You get the elite of the elite. You get the best corner versus the best receiver. So, those guys going out there and making plays, I enjoyed the game. Again, scheme-wise, bro, you've seen it so much from Seattle, man. Bringing the corner blitzes, right? I know that I've known them to blitz Witherspoon a lot. But it just seemed like, again, he said they had a beat on, whatever it was, and they took advantage of just calling and sending, the different pressures. And all of it looked the same, right? Because you bring in 4 ultimately. But on this one, right, you said the hug rush, the linebacker coming up like he blitzing, but it's really the nickel coming right off the edge of him. So I think if you know ball, or even if you in the, in the world of just trying to break things down and see it, it's just like, nah, this was a great and entertaining game, man. And it always seemed like, even with New England defense going out there and getting stops, it always just seemed like if the offense put together just one drive, right, it was 9-0, 6-0. In them games, it's just like, man, we just need 1 or 2 plays, dog, so we can get our confidence going. And again, we've been talking about Seattle defense all show so far. Shout out to them boys, because they never gave them enough air or breathing room for them to
the dark side. That's what they call now. You see them, don't they?
And then, and Warren, you made a comment. I know they don't got the names like the LOB. They ain't got they ain't got Sherm. They ain't got Earl. They ain't got Cam. They ain't, Maxwell was good, or even he played with
right.
Yeah, right. Bobby Wag.
Bobby Wag.
They ain't got the names like that.
Malcolm Smith.
I can't disrespect them boys.
I agree. I'm not comparing them. That's what people say. I don't. That's a tough comparison.
I'm comparing them, bro.
And they
like that this year, boy.
And they young.
If they keep it going, give them like another year or like 2, they still dominating the way they are, then I'm be like, okay, like,
I don't lie, y'all boys. I see them boys going on a run.
They could.
Think about LOB. LOB beat Peyton Manning, and then they lost to y'all, right? Which Malcolm stopped all that, because that team ultimately ended up going different direction from that point on. But I think they can go on a run like this, right? They just won a Super Bowl. It's gonna get tougher, right? We know the NFC to be. It's a tough division to win there. But if they keep that young core together, and Sam and JSN can continue to build off of it, as well as adding, getting Rashid, getting him more involved in the offense. Like
they didn't really get a full year with him yet.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be a team to look out for in the future.
No, I agree. I thought the game was entertaining. I love to see a defensive matchup, a chess match, seeing what offense can figure out how to move the ball against good defenses. look, I mean, as LG says, all y'all said, offenses, they're getting the ball like the 35-yard line. If you kick the ball through the end zone and all that, that's, the percentage of scoring is already used to be the 20-yard line, 25-yard line. Now it's at the 35-yard line. Like the percentages of offense scoring in the NFL is through the roof. So for a team to completely pretty much shut down the team for like dang near the whole game, that's impressive, dog.
Bro, I don't think they got to Seattle 43-yard line all the way into the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So and that's hard.
Hey, question for y'all boys, right? When you out there and you in that moment, is it not you not coming to the sideline like Josh, bro? They doing this, bro. They blitzing the damn nickel, like it's. Because it just seemed like Brett and I'm sure he was out there making adjustments. I'm sure he tried to figure out, all right, man, we need to, like, Will's struggling today. He's struggling tonight. Somebody got to chip and help.
But even still, like I've seen obviously everybody posting Will all over the place and talking about the pressure.
We don't like that either, though.
Yeah, because at times, like obviously he wasn't protecting great, but there was like enough time for Drake to go somewhere else with the ball. Like, look, the pressure coming, just check it down or just get rid of it. Save your left tackle who's struggling a little bit at times. So I just think even when there was enough time, either Drake wasn't seeing it right or he just wasn't getting rid of it. So it was like a combination of both. I don't think you just point it all on Will Campbell, even the entire offensive line. Look, they had some plays where they played bad. They had some plays where Drake wasn't playing at his best. And just you can't take turns making mistakes and this and that nature on offense. Like receiver can't make a mistake, then left tackle make a mistake, then Drake make a mistake, then Ramondre make a mistake. You ain't never getting any rhythm, not getting any flow. You're not just gonna have a good offensive day. And I think that's just what it came down to for this team. Everybody just made their opportunity because you watch it. There's guys open like every so often. Let's say either he wasn't seeing it right or the offensive line wasn't protected. Like it's just a.
He just wasn't getting comfortable in the pocket. He just, man, even when the times, like you were saying, James, even in the times that he did have a little bit of time, like he just wasn't. He was so like his feet was just so like
he's hesitant.
He couldn't get settled. He couldn't get settled. So he waiting for the rush. He waiting for the rush. He ain't even looking downfield. You know what I'm saying? Even on a couple of them plays where he could have threw the ball to the flats, like you said, and got them little 3-4 yards. Like he looking right past that because he just he trying to get to the big play. Yeah. And but Mike McDaniel undefeated versus quarterbacks that's 24 years or younger, bro. So add my dog to that list, bro. I thought he was gonna break that streak, but you can add my dog Drake to that list, dog.
Yeah, you gotta take advantage of the young quarterbacks, man.
You do.
It kind of leads me. You go ahead.
Nah, I don't think LG was here yet, but like. Bro, them being able to stop the run with too high, bro, in cover 2, fam. Bro, that's I ain't gonna lie, that's unheard of. You running cover 2 and you stopping the run.
Them D-line some dogs.
Them boys
nasty.
Gap sound,
but
resetting the line of scrimmage.
And everything.
Yeah.
Tackle dropping in the
The boy playing Madden on Sunday.
It was out there, bro. Double
I ain't gonna lie.
Madden on Sunday.
I hate, y'all know how much I hate Seattle, fam, but I ain't gonna lie. I took a couple from that playbook. Bennett gonna look crazy this year. Bennett Academy about to be coming with it this year, boy.
Hey, Warren, Warren, you gonna have your play is gonna be about 10 words long.
Them boy about to look. My defense about to look crazy.
Ain't no way you gonna get no high schoolers doing that, boy, unless you tell everybody what to do. I'm a living testament. You ain't making that unless you tell everybody what to do. You have 11 play calls. You have 11 play calls. You can tell everybody what to do.
That's facts.
You gotta limit it. You gotta play to the kids' strengths for sure. It kind of leads me to my next point, man. Obviously, we're at the end of the 2026 season. What was y'all thoughts on the entire year? I mean, we got a new Super Bowl champion, different than what probably most people expected. You had some under-the-radar players go out there and perform well. Like I said, there was no Pat Mahomes. There was no, Josh Allen. There was no Lamar Jackson, the high-profile names and all that in the Super Bowl. So it's a little bit different than in years past. So did y'all like the way this year kind of ended, I kind of see the new trend in the NFL is wide open every year. I don't think it's going to be like in the past where whatever, like the Patriots went on a run, like the Chiefs
like
went on their run. They was locked in for the Super Bowl every year. I don't think that's going to be the case no more in the NFL.
I think one of the big things I really enjoy seeing, and that's something that has been a little bit different, but a lot of those younger key players have stepped up a ton this year. You talk about the Drake Mays, but you can look all across the league, right? You talk about Drake May, Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, right? Trevor Lawrence not being super young, it's not like he's fresh, but still being a young quarterback that's going to be, I think he's going to be one of the face of the league, as he continues to get better, and that Jacksonville organization continues to get better. They came out of nowhere this year. Then you look on the other side of the conference, with Carolina, with Bryce Young starting to turn the corner a little bit. Ted McMillan. Bro, and these younger coaches bringing in new ideologies on offense and defense. Yeah, these younger boys are coming up, and I don't think you're gonna continue to see the Pat Mahomes, the Joe Burrows. Now, don't get me wrong, you're talking about elite quarterbacks that can turn a season around just like that, Lamar and Josh, but it's a lot more competition. In them spots now, quarterbacks, receivers, running backs. You got young guys, Travion Henderson, showing out this year and guys like that. So, dude, I love seeing the younger guys, continue to get better, as the season progresses and making it so much more competitive. Because, going on the days where, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, so on and so forth, just dominated the league year after year after year. You know what I'm saying? And you had young quarterbacks, but not making it, all the way to the bowl and being that constant producer where you can say, oh, man, like, this is who I'm trying to watch. No, everybody trying to see the same guys over and over again are going to see the same guys. Now you're going to get somebody different. I'm enjoying seeing that.
One player you ain't mention, Warren, man, just Caleb, bro. Caleb Williams.
Caleb, bro. Yeah, Caleb. I'm tweaking.
Fam, I don't think nobody had in a deck of cards damn Chicago being a 2 seed, right? And ultimately, being in a tight game with y'all, like this could have been Chicago versus Seattle in the NFC Championship. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think also too, LG talked about it, right? These offenses becoming more innovative. I think the defenses too, man. Like a lot of the stuff. Of course, we're gonna see Joe Burrow, we're gonna see Patrick Mahomes, we're gonna see Josh Allen and them boys continue to be successful. LJ, but I won't say you starting to see them not struggle a little bit, but you starting to see people like
catching up.
All season, this your weakness. I'm in the lab, so you better figure it out. And I think
the numbers don't be the same.
The numbers don't be the same, and I think that's always the chess match, right? Like we kind of feel like LJ was hurt this season, but now we're gonna see like, all right, like people starting to catch a beat on it, right? Like you gonna have to, I ain't gonna say reinvent yourself, but you are gonna have to add some more things to the toolbox. Josh Allen, right? Josh Allen, his whole MO has been put him in tight situations, and he gonna play hero ball. All right, now you got to try and figure out how you going to get over that hump. So I just think the constant back and forth between offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, figuring out what the opposing team or best player weakness is, and then them having to try to figure out how they can kind of reinvent their game or take it to the next level.
Nah, man, it's good, and you see with a lot of these new coaches too. It don't take long for these coaches to get it figured out. 1 or 2 years, and these teams in the mix. Now it's even first year. You got obviously the Patriots. You got Liam Cohen. You got
Ben Johnson.
Guys, Ben Johnson in year 1 taking their teams deep in the playoffs. So now for organization, that's like the expectation. You get a new coach, and they know I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you 3-4 years. Like them boys just in the ball last year. Which is hard. Ain't no guarantees when it comes to this, John. So I don't think that should be the expectation. But we all know that's everybody looking around at their peers. Like, man, they just hired dude, and they was sorry last year. And they in the playoffs, they competitive. So I expect that same thing from you. So I think everybody's kind of turning it up a notch. They're not just saying it's a rebuild year. It's like, nah, we here to compete. Like, you on this roster, you better believe, and we here to fight. So I think it's been real interesting. And kind of on that same note, is there any player that y'all want to see your team acquire this offseason via maybe free agency, maybe a trade, all of them, to try and take your team to that next level? Obviously, Falcons got a new coach, y'all the Rams, y'all lost a couple, staff members on y'all.
Yeah, we did.
On y'all side.
Special teams early in the season.
Yeah,
offensive coach went to Arizona,
Cardinals,
went to the Cardinals, but we just picked up Cliff Kingsbury, which was huge. I think that's going to take our offense to the next level as well. I mean, I would love to see us get a really good third receiver for along with DA and Puka. I mean, I think we had a decent receiving core after DA and Puka, but somebody else who can help stretch the field, give staff another option as a third receiver. But then also, bro, I'd love to go get a vet old lineman in the free agency because Big Rob just retired. He retired as of today, so he won't be back. After being injured this past season, so finding another vet to fill that presence on the right side of the right edge of the offensive line. Maybe even getting a couple more young guys in the draft. But I think first and foremost, also in the free agency, I'd love to see us get a veteran DB. Just get another vet, somebody who can help us on the back end. We got a lot of young guys, and that was a weakness for us last year. We had some great games. Don't get me wrong; they're continuously getting better. From 2024 season to last season, but obviously there's still a hole there. We're missing something. So, getting another guy with some experience that could teach the young guys, mentor the young guys, but yet also be a huge factor for us on the back end. So, I think DB, from a free agency standpoint, getting a vet DB takes precedence. And then going to get a young third receiver in the draft.
Man, who I wanted, we probably would have had an opportunity, but we traded our damn pick to the Rams. And then this past weekend, we had a situation with our young edge rusher who, we'll leave that what it was. But, man, I think Max Crosby, dog, and, there's a lot of stuff coming out. I don't know how true it is about, him probably wanting to get out of Vegas and get somewhere where he can win. And we talked about it, before we announced who our head coach was. If you was a coach coming into a new situation, that Atlanta offense, and honestly, I mean, there was pieces on the defense for you to come in and kind of build off of. So I still think we one or two pieces, I won't say away from getting to the bowl, because I think we got to figure out the quarterback situation. But if we somehow able to get a premier, like a dominant edge rusher, just somebody that you can say, man, it's third down, go get him. Max Crosby, the TJ Watts, those type of caliber, Myles Garrett, those kind of players, I think we can really make some noise. But I don't know the situation with the money and the picks and all that stuff. But
you're gonna have to give up a lot.
You're gonna have to give up a lot, and it's already bad, man. It's bad.
No, for me, for the Pats, I love to see them get a guy like Kyle Pitts or even David Njoku getting another tight end. Got Hunter Henry. He's getting up there. Austin Hooper, he played solid for us, but I know David Njoku's getting a little bit older too. But getting a young tight end, Josh loves to use 12 personnel, puts the defense in a bind, whether you want to play nickel, whether you want to play base defense, spread them out, run the ball, do a lot of different things. And Kyle, you saw what he was able to do in some games like that back half of the year this year. He really turned things up, and he looked like the pick that the Atlanta Falcons wanted him to be over those last several games. And I know Josh would, find ways to, get him the ball in a variety of different ways. Like, back when he had Gronk and, Aaron Hernandez before all the stuff happened, like they was tearing the league up, man, with the 12 personnel stuff. So if you can get another guy who has the versatility, it'll help Drake May as well, because I think he'll create a little bit more mismatches. So I love to see them. I like Njoku when he has a good quarterback around him. That dude explosive. He can make some plays. So I think he'll probably be a little bit cheaper potentially than a Kyle Pitts. So it'll be a little bit of stress on the cap and everything like that. So either one of those guys will be a good pickup to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go for Philly. I would say they would want to pick up another safety, man. Reed Blankenship ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go find you another safety, whether it's in the draft or if you just go find you a free agent guy, because there's gonna be a lot of them this year. They're gonna be out there. So I mean, you gotta go get you another safety. You're strong at every other position. Y'all draft really well. You got Saquon. You got Hurts. You got 2 receivers. I don't know if AJ gonna be there next year or not. I don't know what that situation like. I feel like if they ain't talking about it right now, like if it ain't a big deal right now, I feel like they're gonna try to just sweep it under the rug and just try to get into the next season and rock out. But who knows? Maybe he's gone. If not, go get one of these receivers, boy. I'm telling you, they out here, man. Go trade for a T. Higgins, or that he's a guy that knows how to be. He's been in a number 2 spot, right? But he could be a number 1 receiver. Don't get it twisted. He done been in a position where Chase done been out and he done had them crazy insane games too. Now so he can go over there and he don't mind. He don't seem like a guy that's selfish. He don't seem like a guy that's just gonna be a diva. He just go play ball. Right, he get what he get, and if he don't get it, he cool. You don't never see him like griping or crying about it. So I would either say get Reed Blankenship out of that back end on the defense, or you go trade for a guy like go trade for a T. Higgins, or go trade for I wouldn't say a Cooper Kupp because he's older, but just go get you a nice receiver. To put out there so that Jalen Hurts ain't got to be thinking in the back of my mind, bro. I got to get him the football.
Go ahead, pick y'all up Adam Thielen.
It's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like
Adam Thielen, man.
Nah, get Thielen out of here, man. But he was wrong.
Hey,
He
did.
But Thielen wrong.
Yeah,
But back in, bro. You gotta get somebody that's up and coming, bro. Like T. Higgins. That's the first person that came up to my mind. So I feel like that's somebody that you should pursue heavily. But I don't know if the Bengals gonna let him go.
Go ahead, keep it sweet in the NFC East. Go ahead, pick up Hunter Renfrow.
or if y'all,
I'm straight though.
I'm just playing. I'm gassy.
Ain't like it'd be much better, much different than AJ Brown. But if George Pickens, if he become a free agent,
Pickens too. Pickens too. That'd be crazy if they let him go to Philly.
Where Dayball at? What?
He went to Tennessee.
He went to Tennessee.
I want George in Tennessee with Cam, man.
Yeah, that'd be lit.
I don't know. Obviously, Cam, being young, and he went out there and he made some plays this season. Again, year 1, right? You're gonna struggle. You got to figure out your way. You're gonna see all these different kind of blitz packages. You also got to play the damn Texans that got a generational defense twice a year.
Jacksonville heated up too a little bit.
I think, them too. So I think Daboll. I think he gonna go in there and get them right. And I think if they can get some pieces, I ain't saying they gonna make the playoffs, but hell. Teams making the playoffs in a year, people getting it together. You never know. But I want to see Cam with a weapon. I want to see Cam with a weapon like GP and Tennessee. Cool, fam. It get lit in Nashville.
You gonna find it. You gonna get faded out there, boy. That's beer country, boy. That's a country, boy. What they call them, IPAs. Boy, gonna be out there.
Nah, he gonna be on that whiskey out there.
Yeah, see, that's what Tennessee known for. Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey. That's that funk right there. Hey. Last but not least, man, you go to the social stand. I will see if Perk can pull up that clip we had. The Hornets and the Pistons. I ain't even been watching. no NBA. I ain't even watching no NBA. But the boys out there really throwing hands, man. So
for real,
what started this all?
It is a routine foul.
It's a routine foul.
Nothing crazy, bruh. Mustard. He blacked out. 14 blacked out. Now he was watching. He ain't quitting.
He knew it too. He's trying to get away.
I gotta have you.
Yeah, you gotta see me run that.
He did mush him though. He mushed him though.
He mushed him.
You can't. You can't. He tried to hit him with a right hook.
But nobody be able to hold him back. Look at him. He running through all that.
All that.
Play football.
See, that's why I be saying, like, if they really wanted to fight out there, bro, you could really. Ain't nobody strong enough to really hold him. Bro, everybody about 6. Everybody out there about 6'6", 6'5".
6'5".
But it didn't end there though, boy.
They went out.
Miles Bridges, he got to get in the mix. He
Isaiah Stewart.
Scoop.
Stewart always gonna be in the mix too. My dog came off the bench.
Hey, why is always Detroit, man?
Detroit cursed, boy. Detroit cursed, fam.
I mean, they was getting better. I mean, Cade Cunningham, like he.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about them. Them boys always fighting something.
Malice in the Palace. What is it called? And then
Malice in the Palace, man.
Yeah.
But I really haven't been watching too much NBA. I mean, I'll probably start tuning in a little bit now since NFL season's over with. But like, what's going on, man? I know the Rays probably whatever, quote unquote, a little bit down for the regular season. This probably turn it up a little bit. Maybe people tune in after they see people out there bumping. I don't.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I kind of want to see. And this ain't gonna ever happen, but I kind of want to see some of these leagues start letting shit fly like the NHL, boy. I'm trying to see some hands, boy. Get that shit settled and get back to the game.
That's bad for business, right there.
It ain't for hockey.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
It ain't for hockey. Everybody want to see
I ain't
it.
gonna lie, bro. I seen it was hockey probably like a month ago. I seen them boys real deal let them boys fade. Like
That's what I'm saying.
somebody,
They do that,
them
bro.
boys like stop the game. Them boys,
Let them do
them boys going hands. I say, they really fighting. One dude got knocked out. I said,
Bro, they do that in hockey, bro, and
Yeah,
that drives the ratings up, bro. Let them fade for about 10, 15 seconds and call it.
But hockey a physical sport. They got like gear on and stuff. Like, they ain't for the
Football ain't physical? Take the helmet
Basketball.
off.
I'm talking about basketball. Basketball, you ain't got no gear on. They ain't gonna let the boys just.
Hey, well, there you go. Add physicality to the game. Let them duke it out and get back to the basketball game.
Ain't nothing. You gonna stop
be
every 5 minutes.
Ain't nobody. You don't see no NHL players in commercials. Boys be ugly, boy.
them basketball boys ain't. Boys ain't trying to
TB missing.
Nose,
But that's what you do,
cricket.
Because
They have the cauliflower ear.
because in hockey, you fight. They give you about 10, 15 seconds. You throw them hands, and then you go to the box. 5 minutes. That's it, and then you back in the game. You ain't
boys. This is why they stopped. Letting fighting happen in basketball. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Kermit Washington.
We'll be stealing off.
Yes.
Just watch this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he almost killed him.
Hey, but look, he knocked him out and he calmed down. He ready to play. He ready to keep going. All Buddy got to do is get up, play the game.
He was bigger than everybody back then. See, now everybody look like him. So it's
But that's what I'm saying. Let him get it in for about 10, 15. Get back to the game. You settled it. Let's play.
But he did not come back after that. He did not come back after that.
it's over with.
It's over
Can you
with.
imagine? Hey, bro, can you imagine though? Can you imagine? Two stars getting into it. Let's say LeBron and KD. KD fade up LeBron. LeBron come back, drop 6. I'm just throwing out an example. LeBron come back and drop 55.
Don't want to
second half.
Either,
Something like that.
Boys don't really want to fade.
That's not entertainment, bro.
I'm just throwing that shit.
Bro,
it is in hockey.
Once somebody get knocked out in the NBA and they catch that lawsuit,
It's over.
It's over.
It's not gonna be a lawsuit, bro. If it's legal,
I ain't gonna
not gonna be a lawsuit if it's legal.
Hey, y'all don't think it matter, but that helmet ain't on neither, fam.
Yeah, that's what I told you.
It ain't no. Hey, it ain't, in the league or something, you could be like, oh, nah, that was number 28 that got knocked out, or that was blah, blah, blah. No, fam. That's you.
They drop the helmets off. They take their helmets off in hockey, too.
But it
No. It's different, bro. And that basketball, fam, ain't no helmet, ain't no high, and nah, that's you.
They know
that's
you.
What
They know.
Yeah.
you.
They know
You can't name many bench hockey players unless you're a true fan for real. There ain't some bench NBA players. They gonna know your name. It ain't.
Evander. I know Evander.
Hey, that mean your hands better be right then. That's all I gotta say. Your hand better. Shit,
bro. People will be literally trying to steal off on people in the middle. You gonna be trying to cross somebody over. They went down. But it's like,
Hey, my son pulling up.
they gonna be.
Hey,
Like come on,
boy, gonna be in the middle of the crossover and get thrown on.
Steve.
Hey,
it's always gonna be somebody that take it too far.
That'll be out of pocket. But that'll be out of pocket. You can't let that slide. You can't let that slide.
Nah,
I don't know, but they let Deion, who that was, Deion and Andre Rison get at it. Who that was, Deion and Andre Rison?
Yeah.
But them boys sit there and throw them hands like it was in the paint with it.
Back in the day, it was different. It was different. I don't know. Like these young dudes on completely different.
Boy don't want to fight, man.
It's
the music.
That was the gun. But gonna pull up with that foul.
That too, like it ain't going in there. Like
we'll have so many Gilbert Arena situations like that.
Gilbert Arena situations.
Young boy throw.
And then it would obviously trickle down to the youth, and we don't need that.
Don't need that at all.
Not at all. They gonna mimic.
Some places because some places it's hard to contain them kind of dogs that are already, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, man, come on, bro. We got 5 personal fouls in the game, bro. Everybody want to get a late hit. Bro, you threw 2 punches, bro. They warned you the first time. Hey, man.
Can't have it, man. Can't have it at all. But that's a wrap for the Money Down podcast on the Believe Network presented by FanDuel. Appreciate y'all tapping into another episode. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep showing love. We appreciate y'all, man.